Hi, Star Scholars. Here's the follow-up to our Zoom meeting today about Book Creator. So some of you have been working really hard on creating your animal, and the rest of you will be finishing it today. And I've seen several photos of them that your parents have sent me, and they are fantastic. I want you to be able to show your classmates your animal as well. So I'm going to show you how to use Book Creator, and it will actually work this time because we won't be on Zoom. Okay, so hopefully you read through here. And here are all the requirements. So your animal needs a name, their habitat, make sure your animal can survive the habitat, life cycle, what size is your animal? Is it an herbivore, carnivore, omnivore? And then really important, what different inherited traits does your animal have? What traits help it stay warm or cool? How does it stay protected from the weather, get food, stay hidden? Who are the animal's predators? And where does your animal live or find shelter? And then this is really important. What are your animal's acquired traits that help it survive? How does it protect itself from its predators? What does it do during the day, or is it nocturnal? Okay. So you have drawn or created your animal, and you need to include at least 4 labels. So you may have written those labels on the same drawing. They might be on different paper, however you want to do it. And your animal needs to be in its own habitat. Here is how we're going to grade it. So we are using Book Creator. Your model has labels. The labels explain the purpose. The adaptations are reasonable and reflect the animal's survival. Your model is nice and neat. And this is covered up down here. So that'll go away. The presentation is clear and easy for your classmates to hear and understand. All right, so let's head over to Book Creator, keeping in mind these expectations, and make a book. Okay, so here is Book Creator. I'm going to send the link to you with this code. So after you sign in with this code, you're going to go to the Star Scholars Library and click on New Book. Your book is going to be a square, and you're going to have 3 pages just like you saw on the Zoom. Okay? And you can use all of the tools in Book Creator that didn't work on the Zoom. So let's see. Here is how we would go about taking a photo. So I want to take a picture to use on the front of my front cover. Okay, so I'm gonna hold my paper up, get it nice and centered. Make sure I'm not in the picture. Whoop. All right, take picture. Oh, nope, I didn't get the feet. Okay, this part's a little bit hard, but you can get it. You get the hang. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna use that picture. It's not perfect, but that's okay. All right, so here is my picture. And now I want to add the title because I need to include the name. So I'm going to use text, and this is the desert sprout bird. Okay. And I can put that text right here, and then I can make it look fancy. Remember, the fancy eye is how you make something fancy. So I'm going to make that a little bigger, and I want it to be centered. Great, and change my font and make it green. Okay, desert sprout bird, and it is by, okay. All right, there's my first page. So now I'm going to go to the next page, and I'm going to maybe take another picture because I need to really talk about all the adaptations of my animal. Now, if you've already taken a picture and it's saved in a file, that's fantastic. You can just upload that picture. But if you haven't, you can take one right in here. All right, so we can use this picture. And now I'm going to talk about the different adaptations by adding labels. But this page looks a little boring. Maybe, you know what? I think this cover, I want to spice up the cover. So I'm going to click the fancy eye, right? And that's where you can make the covers, make the backgrounds fancier. So you can choose fancy paper. You can choose fancy patterns to put on the paper, or textures, or just colors. So I think I'm going to do yellow. That looks really nice. Okay. All right, this page, I've got my picture, and now I'm going to add some text. So the first one is feathers that float in the wind. Okay, that's one of the adaptations. And another adaptation is wide feet, wide webbed feet. Another adaptation is a behavioral adaptation. Going up in a ball that looks like a small plant. And my last thing is I need 4 adaptations, right? If I check back here, I need at least 4. So I could do, oh, right, their body. Oh, you know what? That's going to be on the next slide with the life cycle. Okay, so now what I can do is I can draw an arrow. So the feathers that float in the wind are these. Curling up in a ball that looks like a small plant is right here. And wide webbed feet are here. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Done. All right, great. So now I'm showing, those are my labels. Now, I haven't really explained these, so I'm going to make a recording to explain them. All right. So I'm going to click Start Recording. These are the physical adaptations and some behavioral adaptations of the desert sprout bird. The desert sprout bird has wide-webbed feet, so it can run quickly on top of soft sand without sinking in. It also has large green feathers that float in the wind that provide it shade and also attract bugs because they look like a plant, and that's what my animal eats is bugs. And then the behavioral adaptation is over here. When a predator is near, it curls up in a ball that looks just like a small plant because its feathers are green and they're kind of fluffy and frondy. So they look like a small plant, and hawks and other predators, foxes, don't eat plants, they eat meat. So they can hide. Okay, so stop my recording. I want to use the recording, and I can put it right here. And so now when someone's reading my book, they can look at the picture and then click on the recording. These are the physical adaptations and some behavioral. Okay, and hear the recording. All right, on the next page, I'm going to put my life cycle, which is where I'm going to describe my other adaptations. Okay, and I could actually make a video of this if I wanted to explain the picture via a video. Okay, so I'm going to make a video. Here's the life cycle of the desert sprout bird. So the eggs are laid underground where they stay in the hot soil. They're in the hot sand. They're safe from predators because they're hidden, and they're kept warm because they're in the hot sand. When they hatch, they crawl out, and their feathers are already fluffing around their head, which looks like a sprout, which helps them stay safe from predators because, again, predators that would eat a bird are not herbivores, so they'll think it's a plant and they won't eat it. When it's an adult, it uses its physical adaptations of its wider feet and the feathers on top of its head that attract bugs and that give it some shade in the hot sun. And that's how it survives in its habitat. Okay, so when my video is done, I can stop it, say use the video. Here it comes. While that's loading, I'm going to add some text up here. Life cycle of the desert bird. All right, and again, I go to the fancy eye to make it look a little fancier. Woo! Make it green. Okay. All right, so this photo is, this video is loading, but once it's loaded, there'll be a video there to explain the life cycle. So now if I go back to the beginning of my book, I have my cover and a photo, the title, and then I have some labels. I have a video, I have a voice recording talking about it. And once this loads, I will have a video of explaining the life cycle. Okay, so you are going to make, there's the video. All right, you're going to make your book, and you can use any of these tools that I showed you, and there's probably many more tools, especially within this fancy button to make it look even cooler. So if you press play, that's when you can see your book. So let's see it full screen. Here we go. Here's the cover and the end. All right. Okay. After everyone's done with their books, I will change the settings on the book reader so we can all read each other's books once you're done. All right, good luck. I can't wait to see how creative you're going to be.